Witkowski, honorary captain. He's here a few days ago to kick off the Arizona Bowl, luncheon that's held here, and two-year player for the Wildcats. And believe he's going to moonlight as our sideline reporter. We have an opening. Tyler Loop to kick off. Arizona won the toss and deferred. Interesting. Malik Brown back lets it sail over his head for the touchback. USC, 5 games left. After this, 3 of the final 4 are at home. Only road game after this will be the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, they don't have to leave the state of California, and they know how critical this game is with some of their key players being out. Confirmed Jordan Addison will not go today. Also on the offensive line, Ted, Andrew Voorhees will not go. So a little shuffling up front.
So we start with Caleb Williams, Travis Dye. Dye has had much of the work the last 2 weeks. Quick to Taj Washington. And let's confirm now, USC during this break has confirmed that Jordan Addison, Eric Gentry, Raylan Goforth, Andrew Voorhees all will not play today.
Yeah, so up front you're going to see Justin Dedich slide over to that left guard spot. He's the captain, he's the veteran.
And that's a big question today, Yogi, as Dye punches it just short of the line of game because that offensive line has been solid. USC much improved run game this year.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, the style with Lincoln Riley in the run game here on 3rd and short. They've been so successful in getting his first start at right tackle as Mason Murphy and Jordan Monheim. He slides now to right guard as you hear the crowd rise up here on 3rd and 1.
So right away, USC with this different look with Taj Washington in the backfield. Leading a yard, and Dye is going to get that, and a couple more. And the hard running of Travis Dye pushed that 3rd and 1. He gets 5 at USC. After the problems they've had this year, or excuse me, the problems of previous years at short yardage plays, they're now 9 of 11 on 3rd and 1 this year. Off play action, Williams is going to fire it down the field for Washington, and it's incomplete. Washington getting a little help from his sideline, wanting that. DJ Warnell on the cover for Arizona.
DJ Warnell, he had his first start 2 weeks ago against UW, and he struggled. He was targeted 12 times when he was playing defense. There were 10 receptions on those 12 targets. We talked to the staff about him, and they said, look, he bounced back. This is a guy who couldn't wait to play in this game. You look at his side of the field, and it's him and the freshman Ephesians Prysock starting at corner at the top of the screen.
USC again with the 4 wideouts, 2 each side. It's been a fairly standard set for them this year. Dye is the single back. A quick guy here to the near side to get some yardage to Kyle Ford. And it's going to be another test, Yogi, that Lincoln Riley's talked to us about because of Addison down. Guys that have practiced well, earning some chances to play.
Well, we've been around this game for a while. Oftentimes the bye week is to rest your vets, play young guys. They got after it. Physical practices, they know what's at stake.
And so now this 3rd down is a 5-yarder. All kinds of time, and Williams hits the back shoulder on the sideline to Ford. First down in Arizona territory.
Kyle Ford was the guy who stepped up last year when Drake London went down. He is a big body wide, all 6'3". Watch him extend, and the ball placement is just perfect. Throwing a little behind him.
Dye running that counter, and Dye gets it down close to the 30 of Arizona.
It's amazing, Ted. You're watching Kyle Ford. You're seeing John Jackson III, number 80 on the field. You've seen a lot of wideouts rotate in. And that's the depth that this team has cultivated and developed through the portal, through recruiting, through clearly development since Lincoln Riley and his staff has gotten there.
One of the freshmen, C.J. Williams, is in the game. He's a slot to the right. Pre-snap penalty. The big play to Ford, by the way, was 26 yards.
Number 57, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
I think that 22 yards on the big play to Ford. They put the ball on the Arizona side of the 50.
You know, Ted, false starts for Lincoln Riley and his team have been an issue on the road. 3 at Oregon State, 4 at Utah 2 weeks ago.
to the right side. What a good tackle. Solid finish. Dye started to think that might go.
Yeah, well, this is a nice job by Josh Follow. You see him at your tight end right here. Then your point on the tackle. We've seen Travis Dye break a lot of these for big gains. Nice job, Jackson Turner.
Jackson Turner, junior from Moreno Valley, with a very good rapid finish. So now third down again for USC. 3rd and 3.
And I think this is 4-down territory. This is what Lincoln Riley traditionally does.
Taj Washington motions. Williams keeping, and Arizona's there. And this time Williams can't get away. Jacob Manu was the first guy on the edge, and he blew it up.
Yeah, getting his second start of his young career, the true freshman of Southern California. Excited to play the team from Southern California. Watch him immediately in the backfield. Doesn't get him. We talked about that story in the beginning of the game, but turns it back inside to Jalen Harris to finish it off.
So Dennis Lynch will be trying a 45-yarder, which would match the longest of his first year at USC. And boy, it's amazing. The crowd tells you whether the kick is good. Did you see how silent they got there? So the Trojans, who had scored touchdowns on 6 of their 7 first drives. National Urban League, over 72,000 so far with a full month of football ahead. And even though that was not a win for touchdowns for equality, that's a win for Arizona. Said USC has scored touchdowns 6 of 7 opening drives this year.
Especially when you go back to the last time this defense played in a game, it felt like Washington just kept finding ways to score touchdowns. And Jed said we just wanted a couple stops, field goals or stops. They're just looking for a few of those wins in this game.
Alex Stadhouse does the kickoff duties for USC. Simpson Anthony will let that ball hit for the touchback. And now the Wildcats come out, and Jaden DeLora himself had a little bit of a bounce-back game 2 weeks ago in Seattle. A heck of an effort.
Yeah, well, after that Oregon game, he really was able to take the easy things, right? Not try to always make a challenging throw, or as you say in the quarterback world, the off-platform throws. Just take your drop, get the ball out. 11 touchdowns, 1 pick in his last 3 games. He's playing as confident as he has ever been here at Arizona.
All right, interesting look for the Wildcats. 2 backs, no tight end on this first down. Coleman gets the carry. It's outside, and that's a good space tackle by Sierra Wright. Different look there. 2 backs, Wiley and Coleman together.
Arizona has always come out well on their opening drive. Scripting plays. Both teams have had 2 weeks to prepare for this ball game, try to find out their tendencies. And for SC, as you referenced earlier, Ted, 2 of their top linebackers not in this game, and Eric Gentry so long in the middle, 7 foot, 1 inch wingspan, not there in the middle of the field.
DeLora with a quick pass outside, and that is a couple of broken tackles and a wonderful gain. Michael Wiley coming out of the backfield to make that catch, tacking on yards close to midfield.
It's a nice block. And then how about the offensive line getting out a little bit, and Wiley does the rest. They've missed him, Ted. He's really talented out of the backfield, been banged up the last few weeks. And for USC, what we're seeing them do, they're adding another defensive back to the defense. You're seeing the transfer from Ohio State, Bryson Shaw, number 27. At the top of the screen right there. Yeah. He's in now with an extra DB and Max Williams playing near the line of scrimmage.
So from the Arizona 49, again the 4 rush, there's the pressure. DeLora escapes to the line and then throws an incompletion. He got right to the line of scrimmage, but not across it. That's interesting, with all the linebackers out for USC, Max Williams, these first couple of plays, is actually playing like a linebacker.
Yeah, well, he's a really physical player. You talk to the USC staff, and he's one of the first players they bring up in terms of his activity near the line of scrimmage in the run game, often playing that nickel position. Now looking like he's playing like a linebacker.
Yeah. Key player CV Nomura, 44, hair down his back, obscures the number, but that's a big player at linebacker today for USC. Wiley busts it straight ahead, and that's a good gain. Gets 7 there. Nomura made the tackle, but that gives Arizona a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, look at USC. You're going to see 3 defensive linemen and Tuli Tuipulotu right in the middle right there, 49. He's their most active defensive lineman. Ted, they're going to, I think today, try to move him around a lot to make up for the loss of Eric Gentry and how active he is affecting the quarterback.
So now Max Williams spreads out into a slot. So really, you can almost say that it's a 6 defensive back set for USC. Delore with an empty, and he throws it to McMillan. Teteroa McMillan has a first down at the USC 37.
Teteroa McMillan, leading freshman in the country. How about the patience against a linebacker to make sure he gets his depth? You're always going to threaten a linebacker in terms of, is he going to run by me? T-Mac comes off, changes his release a little bit, breaks it to the outside, an easy pitch and catch.
It's an interesting defensive set for Alex Grinch, isn't it? Going with basically 6 DBs. Now they give it. And Singer's going to push that ball down inside the 30. Or Anthony Simpson, excuse me. Anthony Simpson pushing it down almost to the 25. And that's an Arizona first down.
Okay, so Ted, watch the USC defensive front. See the defensive linemen? Arizona's trying to figure out how many are near the offensive front. Hand it off or throw it.
Quick throw to Dorian Singer. Nice run up by Bullock to make that tackle and finish that play for a short gain. Shane Lee was out there on that snap. Lee is now out there as the main linebacker for USC.
Yeah, he's the catalyst for this defense. He's calling all the defenses. He needs to be active, and for Arizona, they're going to try to put their running backs on the linebackers of USC in space, especially down here in the red zone. And keep an eye on 99, Nick Figueroa. He's playing that rush end. He's standing up.
There he is at the bottom, just outside the Pac-12 shield. And a whistle before the snap. DJ Williams in as the running back for Arizona, and the Wildcats take a timeout. Well, Arizona held the Trojans to 3. The Wildcats trying to see if they can find the end zone on this opening drive.
Has gone on. Remember, this was a mid-year enrollee. Every day he went up against Christian Roland Wallace. Had to get rid of the wide receiver high school traits that he had and become a college guy quickly. He's continued to come on week after week, and he's going to see man-to-man coverage against Makai Blackman at the bottom of the screen.
And that's it. 3 wides top. Tanner McLaughlin, the tight end. 2nd and 7. 8th play of the drive. To the end zone. What a catch! Dorian Singer with a gem. Touchdown, Arizona. Walk-ons can play. A walk-on from St. Paul, Minnesota in his 2nd year this week was added to the Bolitnikoff Award watch list. And a spectacular catch against blanket coverage from Jalen Smith. Extra point through, and Arizona, that's the first step to get things right. Touchdowns, not field goals.
Well, it looked like 2 deep safeties. They quickly rotated. Jane DeLora saw it right off the bat, and he threw it to his playmaker. And he's making one-handed grabs a habit. And there's a reason he's no longer a walk-on 10, because of plays like that. Perfect coverage. What an ability to sight the ball. Watch his eyes all the way to that left hand. Hits him right in the A. Woo! Wow.
Yeah.
And how can you love that?
Do you know how good that is? That's a one-handed, fully controlled catch that we didn't need to review as I praise the heavens.
I'll tell you what, every time.
That's how good that is.
Well, how about this for Arizona's receivers? Every time the officials have done a review on a possible catch, no catch, it's been deemed a catch. So it's almost like when in doubt, it's a catch for Arizona. They've made so many of these highlight reel plays this season.
That's just what a lift for Arizona, because they were just outside the red zone, but the red zone's been a struggle for them, as we know. Well, again, just very obvious. You're not going to beat USC kicking field goals. The Wildcats get the lead here. Well, let's look at Dorian Singer, who's now earned our Allegiant Air nonstop life nod for the day.
Yeah, well, we thought coming in today would be full of playmaking. Well, it's full of playmakers, and that's the first of what I think will be many today. How about that catch? The ball doesn't move. It's with his bicep and his forearm, and he stands up and he knows it. That was clean.
So USC now second possession. Dye alongside Williams. Dye trying to pick that hole and didn't really get one. Nice play up top there. That was Keon Bars that disrupted that for the U of A defensive front.
Look, we talked to Johnny Nansen earlier this week, and it was very evident where they need to impact USC, and it's in the interior defensive line. They haven't gotten enough out of that group. Nice play there.
Josh Follow is playing much more as tight end now. He's on the left of Williams. Nice nod for Follow. Lincoln Riley told us performance related. That's why he's taken over the majority of the snaps. Travis Dye. He's a runner, and he's also can do that. That's the 100th reception of his career.
It's so hard for linebackers to match up. Jerry Roberts' responsibility is to cover Travis Dye. It's hard when he just beelines it to the flat. Perfect ball location from Lincoln Riley. Look, Lincoln Riley's so good at identifying matchup advantages. That's one for USC.
And out to the 43 now of the Trojans. Play action, that's a staple for USC's offense. And there, knocked away. Brendan Rice didn't hang on. Christian Roland Wallace.
Was a nice job defensively. Hunter Echols drops into coverage. Brendan Rice running a simple dig route. How about the captain, Christian Roland Wallace, with that left hand late. That's the play that Jordan Addison has made time and time again for USC.
Now the Trojans bring 3 to the bottom, 3 wide. Williams again pulls the ball back. It's been a staple of the year. He's had a lot of time to throw and then finally gets a gain on the play. Just a little dump ahead to Washington to get 5. Trading Stukes on the Arizona tackle. So now 3rd and 5 for USC.
And this is gamble time for Arizona. You can't blitz USC too often. You get burned. What does Johnny Nansen decide to do here with a stand-up defensive ends and a 3-man front? I think Mono will be the spy here, Ted.
And a change play from the sideline. The 3 receivers shifting wide. And the cross is caught by Hudson with space. And Hudson's going to take it down close to the 30 of Arizona.
Well, this is a nice call from Lincoln Riley. Watch the crossing route right there. Receiver just kind of getting in the way. I know the Arizona sideline not too happy there.
Yeah. Those crossing routes can lead to those subtle picks, can't they? Little swing to Washington. And Taj Washington swiped that by Turner and eventually stumbles out at the 22. That's going to be 9 yards.
Taj Washington, what a story for him, right? He was the transfer from Memphis last year that we talked so much about. Didn't know if he would find a role. Lincoln Riley said he just continued to work and work. He does it on special teams, does it a receiver. He needs to have a game today with the loss of Addison.
Well, when the floodgates opened over the offseason, all these people came into USC. Washington had to wonder what's going on. He has been vital. And here's one of those guys that came in, and Terrell Bynum takes it down inside the 10.
Bynum finally healthy. Watch the physicality. It's a quick now, get the ball out. Gets the ball in his outside arm, and then use that right arm as a weapon right there to Jackson Turner. He's a physical wide receiver.
And look at Ford blocking. Nice wide receiver block, 1st and goal. Washington, and he probably got knocked a little bit off balance by Trayden Stukes, and that disrupted Washington's attempts to turn it toward the end zone.
Yeah, USC, they'll repeat calls. That's a play that succeeded about 4 snaps ago. Recognizing that the corners of Arizona are running with the wide receivers when they run in-breaking routes. Right here, it's probably going to be some sort of man-to-man coverage. Got to get the ball out here quickly if you're Caleb Williams.
Follow as the tight end left. Dye the running back. C.J. Williams slot left. And eventually timeout taken by Arizona.
Timeout, Arizona.
You know, while starting Jacob Manu, the true freshman inside linebacker, you saw him as that play was about to be snapped. A lot of communication. Guys just trying to be on the same page, and Lincoln Riley can sniff that out.
Well, it's a Nextiva team talk. When you need to talk with your team, always use Nextiva. And as we said, the red zone has been so crucial for both these teams this year. For USC, their red zone offense, 3rd best in the conference, and that's by the measure that matters, touchdowns.
Yeah, they have scored a lot of them. Right here, I keep an eye on Josh Follow, number 83. He was such a weapon against Utah. Coming out of the backfield, he lines up all over the place for them. No, he's not in here, but Malcolm Epps is 19. The tight end in the slot. He's so big and long. Love finding ways to get him the ball.
Kyle Ford is to the top. Kyron Hudson down to the bottom. Looking up top. Throwing it for Ford. Did he get a foot down? No. Ruled incomplete.
Wow. Isolation, man-to-man coverage. Prysock, the freshman. Let's take a look. Yeah, right call. That toe on the white.
Well, here's a huge play for the Arizona defense. You really want to get your stadium going. They can stop them here on 3rd. Raleek Brown leaks out. That's where Williams is going. And Raleek Brown gets the end zone for the USC touchdown.
It looked like Raleek Brown left a little early from up here.
Yes, he did.
He's kind of rolling that way. He's already the fastest guy in the field. He had no chance. Jacob Manu in man-to-man coverage.
Wow. 100-meter dash, that would be called back. And Lynch out for the extra point for USC. And so the Trojans regain the lead.
So many playmakers for this USC offense. They find the true freshman, first time playing in this stadium for a lot of Trojans. Raleek Brown gets his first touchdown, 10-7 SC.
No timeouts, no huddles, just nonstop game action cut down into one fast and furious hour. Football in 60 is the ideal football fix for the busy Pac-12 fan.
Not necessary for those who live the nonstop life.
Hold my sandwich. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta take my pills.
Ted, take a look at the linebacker, Jacob Manu, Jerry Roberts. They'll start pointing to each other. Who's got him? Who's got him? Who's got him? You got him, I got him. Oh, late. Easy for USC.
Yep.
Outflanked and did a better job of communication. Well, Arizona, that's a bust for them.
And Raleek Brown is so fast that if he gets a little bit of a jump, which he did clearly, that makes it even tougher to defend.
No,
just very, very clear.
Give him an inch and no one on this field.
Yeah. So USC has the lead here. Simpson will let that ball hit again for the touchback. Another thing that we should reference during the drive, Mario Williams did not play, and looking at him on the sideline, Mario Williams did not have his helmet in his hand. That standard football sign that don't know if anything's wrong, but it was noticeable he did not play in that drive.
No, saw him
there
warm
he is,
up.
yeah.
Another big loss, but if there's one position for USC where they have a lot of depth, Ted, we know it is wide out.
What did we say when we were there in August? Waves.
They come at you in waves.
Waves of wide receivers.
Let's go, Jake!
And first down throw. Missing Cowing running up the far side against Sierra Wright. There is a flag, and it's in the secondary. It's in the spot where the ball was thrown. Michael Mothershed.
Pass interference, number 22, defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. It's an automatic first down.
Jacob Cowing wins at the line of scrimmage. Ball's in the air.
Oh, tug of the jersey, right?
Yeah.
Yep, that's clear. So the 15 puts Arizona at the 40. DJ Williams, now the running back. Two tight ends set here for Arizona. Let's DeLore get up there, and Singer. We know he's good. That was asking a lot.
Yeah, well, that's a miss on Jay DeLore.
Yes.
It was man-to-man combination route on a corner route. He had him.
This is fascinating to watch USC defense, and it's how you adjust week to week. This is basically a 4-1-6 alignment. Basically, you're playing 4 linemen, 1 linebacker, although 2 have dropped back.
That's Tui Pelotu.
Right, and 6 DB as he creeps up. It's basically 4 rush, 1 backer, and 6 DBs.
And I'll tell you, the challenge that'll happen for this offensive line, coached by offensive coordinator Brennan Kell for Arizona, is the identification. Because you don't practice against this. USC hasn't shown this look very often. So now it's when Tui Pelotu is so active on the defensive line when he starts 5 yards off the ball and then lines up over the guard, over the tackle at the edge. That's hard. You got to communicate up front with Sam Lange making his first start. Excuse me, Lange making his first start of his career at left guard.
There's Tuli again creeping up, and now Shane Lee creeps up to blitz. So they bring 5, and the pass is caught by McMillan. Double coverage, and they beat the blitz. Trust your receivers. Wow.
Just giving him a chance. How about that? The only spot, the only window in between 2 defenders.
DeLore gets out. That one incomplete to the sideline. Mekhi Blackman on the cover there of Singer, but let's look at McMillan again.
See that left elbow right there? Just a subtle nudge. And it's not like it's even close. He snags it like he's got 2. Total command. Catching the ball. And look, Ted, we talk to wideouts all the time. And both receiver groups on both sidelines, they know that there's an elite group on one side, an elite group on the other. They're trying to show one another up. This is an elite game early on with playmakers on the outside.
Michael Wiley in on 2nd and 10 for Arizona. McLaughlin spits wide to the top. And DeLore goes out to Singer. Good wrap up right there on the spot. Jalen Smith. The other part of that long play to McMillan is Alex Grinch does not blitz much. Next to last in the conference in blitzing because he gets pressure without needing to.
Yeah. And so many guys in the back end for USC, and that's why they've been so opportunistic with interceptions. They have background on offense. Played offense in high school, played Wildcat quarterback in high school, so they love their chances when the ball's in the air. But they're facing the best receiving core they've seen all season.
DeLore, pressure, got out. Chased by Smith, end zone throw is incomplete with Singer running across and McMillan on the back line. The ball falls. It's 4th down.
Well, this is a big win for USC because right in the middle, he's wide open, Michael Wiley, but the pressure does not allow Jane Delore to get the ball out, so he's got to climb the pocket. Nothing going on downfield. But he's going to give his guys chances.
All right, so Tyler Luke to kick from 42, 48 is long. And it's good. So in the final minute of the first quarter, each team has possessed the ball twice. Each team has scored twice. We're level at 10. And now this message from Chime.
You deserve a better credit score.
Whoa.
Chime can help no matter where you're at.
Whoa.
Because with everyday purchases and on-time payments,
Whoa.
things can happen a lot easier.
Whoa.
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 Oh, you deserve some credit.
Whoa.
Get started at Chime.com.
There was a flag on the kick. It was offside against USC, but given it was 4th and 10, Arizona declines the 5 yards, takes the points.
There's that core. That receiving core, Jed Fish, his staff, they call them the Fun Bunch. Remember that group, the Fun Bunch with Art Monk back in the day? That's what he calls his wideouts and that group of playmakers that he has. Been fun to watch today so far.
All right, USC will come out. Here's our Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Week, Nick. Stever Performance Award. Bo Nix was just extraordinary last week against UCLA. I think best game of the year by a conference quarterback. And look what he tacked on today.
Yeah, and that game was tight early, right? You're thinking, uh-oh, Justin Wilcox has done it before, but this offense of Oregon, they just lean on you and lean on you. Best offensive line in the league, and Bo is playing with supreme confidence.
What do you think our total number of punts will be today?
I'm going to go less than 4.
Yes, I'm with you. Williams pulled it back at the very last and then gets by him. Was that a slow mesh?
I'm hesitant to say that.
No, I know, that's what it looked like.
Yeah. Well, this is a play they've run 4 times. A version of this in this game. It looks like it's run. Caleb Williams keeps it. He's such a threat with his legs. And the wideouts at USC, they made plays all year, but they're as good as anyone in the league as a collective in terms of blocking downfield.
And that little dump to Bynum got 7 yards. A good first down play. And the second down shot to Washington. He's got it inside the Arizona 25 against the coverage of Christian Young.
Somebody's going to step up, right? And all these receivers feel they can. Perfect ball location. Deep ball accuracy. Caleb Williams, Taj Washington. Elevating to be the #1 receiver today. No Jordan Addison. Haven't seen Mario Williams play.
Congratulations to Becca and Matthew. Nice moment. Dive on the first play of the second quarter after the explosive play by USC. Explosive plays, their trademark. They're 8th in the country coming into this week, USC, in explosive plays. So after the run by Dye, a late flag came in, and then scrum that you saw at the end.
Arizona is being given a sideline warning.
Okay. All right, sideline warning, which, if you're not familiar, it's the white boundary from the 20 to the 20. And teams must stay out of that boundary because that's where officials often run. Game was 6 for Dye.
Brennan Rice, man-to-man coverage, top of the screen. To keep an eye on him.
Look at the time. And eventually Williams buys more, and then just launches. But Yogi, this is another story of USC this year. Even with their offensive line having to shift today because of the injury to Voorhees, they have protected Williams. They've given him an immense amount of time to throw. And even against blitzes, they get blitzed a lot, but Williams still has an inordinate amount of time.
He's got such a savviness about him, seeing the pressure coming and understanding the integrity of the offensive line and the pocket for him. And then he just knows where there's a little bit of air to breathe, and he seemingly always finds it.
Two tight ends, Epps and Follow. Slam. Caught. What a throw right into the gut of Rice. Perfect delivery from Williams. First down.
Brendan Rice is such a big target. 6'3", 205. Watch this on a slant. Boom, only spot. Hits the top of that. Number 2. I really think Caleb Williams, he's had his issues at times in terms of accuracy when he doesn't set his feet, but when he sets his feet, he's as good as anybody in America.
And now first and goal. Running Dye. And Dye gets a couple. This has been something that we talked to Lincoln Riley the other day about this, because the last 2 games, Travis Dye was playing the vast majority of the time. The rotation of backs we saw early was not. Lincoln Riley said he wants to get back to that. Hasn't happened yet today.
Well, I think when you lose Jordan Addison, again, we haven't seen Mario Williams. He's the lead guy, you know, and I think Arizona struggled stopping the run. I keep feeding 26.
Yeah. Well, Williams keeps it. Does he have the corner? Nope, out of bounds, short.
I love this from Lincoln Riley. Calls the same play back-to-back. One time he gives it, pulling an offensive lineman. The other time, Caleb Williams keeps it while pulling the offensive lineman. Play repeating, I think, is such a skill for OCs to have the willingness, and play callers have the willingness to go for it again and see if they can stop all the elements of that play. See if they go back to some version of that now with Caleb Williams in his legs.
Raleek Brown checks in. He's at the very bottom on the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal. 2 plays likely to get 2 yards. They'll fake the end around to Brown. Back in the end zone. Rice! Touchdown! Brendan Rice. Terrific high point catch, and then got the foot down.
This is incredible. See the patience, and then he has to get his depth. He gets his depth and snaps it off and comes flat down the line because there's no room. He's got about 3 inches to the end line. And how about the patience? Caleb Williams under center, just has a feel for it, throws it across his body. Perfect location.
8 plays, 75 yards. Well, our esteemed producer, Michael Molinari, is in my ear reminding me, this feels like arena football. You best score every time you have it.
Here for it all.
5 possessions, 5 scores.
And in so many different ways. Under center, play action, throw it across your body.
Lynch adds the point.
Ted, the creativity on both sides is awesome. Play action across the body. Brendan Rice with only inches to the end line. SC with a score. That game's got a lot of intrigue.
Interim coach, and now you're going to call the plays too. All right, touchback coming here. Caleb Williams off to a start, 14 for 18, 2 touchdowns. Nice beginning to what he talked about as the bounce back week.
One of our coaches said before our game, he said, it can't be a great book or a great story without some adversity in it. It just, you know, that's what makes a great story and a great book. So that's kind of the message that we've been giving the guys and myself. So can't make a great book or great story without a little adversity. So we're going to respond, keep our chin held high. We got punched in the face, we're going to get back up and go punch somebody else in the face.
There's a first down play to Michael Wiley. Looked like he was going to get trapped. Wiley did nicely there to gain almost 5.
It's huge to have Michael Wiley back, and I think for SC, we've seen their sideline. I mean, it's an active sideline. I think they echo what Caleb Williams said earlier this week after practice of, we got punched in the face, we got to respond, and you're seeing this team now feed off of his energy.
Wiley piled up in the middle, and again, I just very intrigued in watching USC play on defensively. We're talking to Alex Grinch on the field before the game. I was asking him about coming back to the pack after some years, both in the Big Ten and eventually the Big 12. And he's talking about, I mean, there's just so many ways for people to score these days. You have to be malleable. You have to adjust. And look what he's doing today with so many key people out, playing basically 6 DBs.
Yeah, look at the middle. This is Tuli Tuipulotu, who's played everywhere on this defense other than the secondary now, playing linebacker in this game.
Look where Stevie Nomura, the linebacker's down there in the slot. But he's going to rush from the outside, get a clean look and missed. What a spin by Delora. Well, you had everything there set up. Nomura comes in, free rush, and what a spin by Delora.
Just a feel for it. Nomura doesn't attack. The back shoulder goes for his front shoulder. Delora felt it, spun right out, and he's doing his version of Caleb Williams. And these two quarterbacks, they've been exquisite at getting out of trouble.
Cowing gets the catch. Nice wrap up and tackle by Bryson Shaw. I mean, that's an interesting disguise there from Grinch. I mean, Nomura looked like he was going to be guarding a slot guy, but suddenly he said, "Nah, I'm going to free run on the outside."
Well, you come into this game and you're thinking, all right, we know what USC is on defense. They run their defense. And now with the injuries that we referenced earlier, Eric Gentry being out, Raylan Goforth being out, they're changing. We're seeing them play a 3-man front and putting Tuli Tuipulotu all over the place. And Arizona offensively has to identify where guys are at.
Good catch by McLaughlin. Tanner McLaughlin. Nice story from Lethbridge, Alberta.
How about that route? And then just runs away from Shaw, high points it. Reminds you of somebody that's in the stadium today, huh? Yeah, right there.
There he is, our sideline reporter. I think we may visit with Gronk a little bit. That's what rumor is. So first down at the USC 42. And that didn't get there. Cowing against Mekhi Blackman down the far sideline.
USC's doing a nice job disguising coverages here. You think there's going to be a safety help? Nobody, and Blackman's just man-to-man coverage. Mekhi Blackman, one of the most improved players previously at Colorado. He's made a lot of plays this year, and they put him in a tough spot. He's often in man-to-man coverage. Good chance on the field. Talk to Dante Manny, who coaches the back end, and said, we're going to stress him. We're going to ask him to do a lot for this defense.
All right, the 3 wideouts all to the wide side, and they run to the short side with Wiley. Flags come down all over the place, and there'll likely be a tack on of 15 at the end of that.
Michael Wiley, they have missed him. We've had the last couple Arizona games, and he's a change of pace type back. Sets up blocks.
Personal foul, face mask, number 79 defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. It's an automatic first down.
And there's Dejon Benton. Watch his hand, left hand. Easy call.
Yep. And now that's a 21-yard play. 6 run, 15 penalty, and Arizona's at the 21. You're getting to feel midway through the second quarter here that, you know, a turnover could be lethal. Looking for Cowing. Oh, and there was, speaking of which, almost. McMillan had gone down, and Bullock had a chance.
Again, Alex Grinch, they've never sat with these two safeties, one here, one over there, and they didn't come out of the defense that Jay Delora saw prior to the snap. I think he was anticipating a safety rotating down. Nothing doing there. Arizona gets lucky, and USC does not drop many of those in the red zone.
Well, their takeaways have been phenomenal this year. Wiley! Inside the 5. Max Williams finally saves the touchdown.
Jordan Morgan their left tackle, their captain. So impressive on the offensive front. Springs Wiley.
So red zone Arizona. First and goal. For McMillan. Nice play. Ooh, well, I guess not. Sierra Wright made the play, but apparently not nicely enough.
Pass interference. Number 22, defense. The foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. That's an automatic first down.
So that's 2 on Sierra Wright in the first half.
Man coverage, simple fade, stop, and that's an easy one. See the jersey, disassociate from the pads.
Yep. All right, Jordan Morgan there you see. Arizona's offensive line had been intact until today. Josh Donovan not able to make the call to start, and now Morgan, the left tackle, is going out.
And Donovan, they could use him if they had to. You see him in here.
And that's going to Sam Lange, who started at left guard, is going to shift out to left tackle. So both teams have had to maneuver.
Keep an eye on Cowing. They love seeing if they can get lost on a crossing route.
Wiley, no. Ran right into a big body. Well, he does stretch that close. Tui Pelotu got him right at the line of scrimmage, and actually Wiley did well to turn that into a gain.
Tui Pelotu, such an impactful player. He's a guy who didn't have his best game against Utah.
Well, actually got to give McLaughlin credit. McLaughlin should get the 2-yard gain there. It was going to be a loss. Instead, it's to the 1.
Kean Burnett at tight end. He's a pass-catching tight end threat.
2 tight ends. Again, the Trojans, their standard late shifting on the defensive front. Wow, that one, they got bottled up. And this will be a big loss. That hurts. Almost back. They're going to mark that at the 8-yard line. A loss of 7. First penetration by Tyrone Taleni.
Yeah, and Stanley Taufo. Oh, what a play. 47 just following this thing. SC just won the line of scrimmage. And that's the loss of Jordan Morgan. Jordan Morgan's the best offensive lineman for Arizona, and not having him there was felt on that snap.
Well, that's can be a devastating loss from the 1-yard line on a run play to go -7. So third down plays from the 8. Play clock running, just off in time. And this back shoulder throw is caught. No! Ruling is no by Singer. And everybody will look at this.
Another back shoulder fade. Arizona thinks they can win with this. DB not knowing exactly where the ball is. It's a catch, but how about the foot?
Foot looked like it's touching, the toe touching the sideline.
Well, that's going to be the question.
Yeah.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. 4th down.
And of course that becomes the old heel-toe combination. In this case, right, toe-heel. Toe down, but heel comes down squarely on the white line.
Good call by the officials.
And no need to go any further on this, I think. But we do have a stop, and we'll wait and see what Michael Mothershed tells us.
3rd and final timeout, Arizona. 30 seconds.
So it is their last timeout of the half. They wouldn't have suspected a challenge there. Coaches get a challenge, but that was pretty clear.
Yeah. You know, and this has been a little different if you look big picture for Jed Fish offensively. They deferred after winning the toss. Don't see that often. You've seen them take more time on their drives. This is a 12-play drive, and he slowed down USC's offense. Well, don't let him play. This will be interesting decision time here at 17-10.
Yeah, that was interesting. Jed took the timeout, and he talked to Michael Mothershed, not to the team. So, I mean, 4th down from the 8-yard line is a tough ask, isn't it? Oh, there is a challenge. Okay, so he is challenging. All right. So the third and final timeout, Michael Mothershed did not inform us that it is a challenge. You see Brennan Carroll there, the offensive coordinator. I'm not sure if there's any other angle available. That looks pretty clear, though, doesn't it?
I mean, he catches it clearly.
Yeah, it's not the catch, it's the foot. And again, the toe-heel action or heel-toe in either order, it's not just a toe drag, it's the completion of the foot coming down. And I'm not sure how, if that's the only view that's available, I don't know how you can overturn the call on the field. And that, to me, is why these reviews need to be expedited. They need to be faster. If you don't have a clearer view, you have to go with the call on the field.
Yeah. And that's the rule, whether it's the end line or the sideline.
Yeah.
And what's challenging is if the heel never went down, you stand on his toes, that's a touchdown.
Yes.
So that's going to be the frustrating part here for Arizona fans.
After review, the ruling of an incomplete pass is confirmed. Arizona has no more timeouts, and they have no more challenges in the game.
So they're in a good explanation, and yeah, it's a tough gamble by Jedd Fisch, losing not so much the timeout in the first half, but losing the option to have a challenge in your pocket later in the game.
And he knows field goals will not win this ball game.
So 25 yards for Tyler Luke. And Luke delivers. So frustration for Arizona because they were at the 1 yard line. But that big Jedd Fisch is having to shake off. You can see it's still shaking off the frustration of that drive. You're at second and goal at the 1 and end up having to kick.
That's frustrating. Look, the rule's really clean. Continuous toe heel touching.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's part of the single process of the catch. Then it's incomplete.
And I think the emphasis is it was well called on the field.
Yeah.
All right, touchback here on the kick.
Now, Caleb Williams picked up where he left off against Utah 2 weeks ago. He's seeing the field cleanly tonight. Recognizing coverages when they change. Eye discipline. One, not there. You see two defenders go to the receiver. Throw right behind him. Back shoulder, perfect location. This might be one of his best plays of the season, Ted. Under center, turn your back to the defense, get flushed out of the pocket, and then an absolute rope to the end line. And this SC offense, without their two best wide receivers, Jordan Addison and Mario Williams in this game, have elevated.
Again, Addison did not go through warm-ups, declared out. Mario Williams, we believe, was on the field for a few snaps early, but he is still on the sideline without a helmet, which is, again, football, the sign you're not playing. Swing pass to dive for a couple of yards. And the other thing, I would say this right now for Arizona is crucial. I think that may have led to Jedd Fisch's reactions. 7 minutes to go in the half. You're within 4. They need to stay here in the game. Yeah. They let this, and against Oregon, they let it get away before halftime.
Yeah, struggled in the middle 8 there as you get into the last 4 minutes of the half. And they struggled on second down executing. Prior to this drive, Ted, USC was averaging second and 6.5 yards or so, but they've gained almost 12 every time on second down. So Arizona's flipped it. Like they're doing well on first down. That's where they struggled against Oregon and UW. They got to find a way to create a punt, as you said. Will we see it in this game?
Well, here's your chance again, but it is a short third. So reminder, USC 3rd and 1 this year, now 9 for 11. continue that with Dye. And just remember, not that long ago when USC was having running backs tackled in the backfield on short third, fourth, short yardage plays.
Hey, watch this right here. Mason Murphy, he's getting his first career start at right tackle. He's got 27 snaps on the season coming into this game. He is elevated, playing that right tackle spot. Nice job there for Travis Dye, getting a little first yard.
So Austin Jones gets in the game. And Williams gets up. This one, that's a bad looking flag for the offense. Williams has got to just get out of bounds. Don't take any unnecessary hits. Caleb stopped short of the sideline there. That let Jerry Roberts come in and pop him, and that's just go out of bounds. But anyway, it has all the look of a holding flag.
Personal foul, face mask, number 44 defense. 15-yard penalty. It's an automatic. First down.
Another new player for Arizona, Jeremy Mercier, on the defensive face mask call. So Mercer, excuse me, Jeremy Mercer. And that puts the ball at the 46 of Arizona. Austin Jones stays in. Follow is the tight end / H-back. And Follow has the catch. Not much afterwards. Roland Wallace and Manu on the stop for Arizona.
Watch here, especially in this moment in the game as we creep into the last 4 on this drive. Lincoln Riley, Caleb Williams. Their communication all season long, it's phenomenal to watch. Sideline to quarterback. Whether it's giving him the play and then getting to the line of scrimmage. Early in the season, Ted, he was checking and looking at the sideline almost every snap. Now it's only critical ones. We'll see how he does it here, as Lincoln Riley is as good as anybody in the country at diagnosing where to put the ball. You see him there, looking at the sideline, communicating.
Michael Jackson in the game for the first time for the Trojans. Whoa, Williams avoids. And then that's off the hands of Taj Washington. So it's going to bring up third down. How'd that play look to you from the sideline, Gronk?
It's a pretty beautiful view from back here all the way to the end zone. You know, I never stood here before and watched a game, so you get to see the whole play breakdown, but that guy needs to bring it down if they want to keep moving the chains. But I appreciate that drop he just had.
Well, Rob, here, of course, we talked about the Arizona Bowl here early in the week and serving as the honorary captain, walking with the team today. Yeah, which we saw.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a cool experience. I never done that before. We didn't have the Wildcat walk when I was here. That stuff started in the college football once I, went to the NFL. So that was a cool experience.
And there's a first down caught by Michael Jackson, who got in Utah 2 weeks ago. First catch for a touchdown. What's the vibe like for you to come back and feel this excitement around Arizona football?
Man. There's excitement everywhere. The energy is just at its highest level. Coach Fish, he's bringing it to the table every single day. These guys, I was at practice Thursday, and I couldn't believe the energy I was seeing from the players. Everyone was jumping up and down, doing their dance moves, making plays. It was just pretty cool to see, just that type of atmosphere here at Arizona again.
How about the vibe and the celebration that you felt? It seems like so many people are excited to have you back on campus for your first game in a while.
Oh, dude, I can tell you this. I've been here for about 3 days now, and I'm kind of exhausted, which just how much it has been, The vibe has been pretty wild. Get that guy. That was tough to see. But there's a flag. It was a hold. Come on, we need something. We got to stop them. If we want to win this game, we need a turnover, a sack, sack fumble, something like that.
Number 76, offense.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we needed, baby. That's what we needed. But
Gronk, you never played arena football. This has the feel, doesn't it? Like you can't have an empty possession.
Yes, that's the truth, man. It's a little bit like arena football here. You want to know what I'm impressed with? I'm seeing something different that I haven't seen in a while is how lateral this game is in college. I mean, in the NFL, you got the quarterback going lateral side to side, receivers side to side. They're going to get smacked. You got defensive ends that are running the same speed as the receivers and stuff. So it's pretty impressive to see how lateral it is. But in the NFL, that doesn't happen. happen. I mean, too good of players on the defensive side of the ball.
Do you know, Rob, that's a great point. I was talking before the game with the USC defensive coordinator on the field, and he had been in the Big Ten and the SEC, and he said the difference out here to those conferences is big speed. What you just said, that the big guys in those conferences can run.
Yes, that is definitely a difference. And when you got big guys that can run, you can't really, you got to play football in order to, you know, make the yard. You can't be, you know, you tiptoeing around side to side. When everyone's big and fast, it's game on.
Rob, we were here when you were the honorary coach in the spring game. From then to now, what have you seen from Jed Fish's program and the development?
I just see everything building. You know, the offense is just making strides. You know, the next phase, you know, getting the defense together so, you know, they can start, you know, turning the ball over, working together as a unit. But just week in and week out, you know, just everyone bringing the energy. You know, it's never like a down week. You know, just improving, you know, expecting to win every week, which is great, and just sustaining that success week in and week out.
Christian Young defending that against C.J. Williams. It'll be 3rd and 20.
All right, so sustaining success. We saw you working out yesterday. There's a DJ in the stadium. What are you more likely to do? Go back and play as we saw you training, or maybe hop up in the Zona Zoo and get with the DJ a little bit here in the game?
I would probably say, you know, hop up into the Zona Zoo and make it the Gronk Zoo. You know, I love training though still. I'm going to stay in shape my whole life. I love physical activity. So I was running on the field, and it was bringing me back to my heydays here when I was running back and forth. So I did about 14 100s, and it felt good. The air out here, though, is very dry. You got to drink water. Got to drink water.
Amen. 3rd down and 20
Here we go. Interception. We need a turnover. All right, short pass. Stop him, baby.
Hudson.
There we go. That's what we need.
There you go.
That's what we need.
That's going to make a hard decision here, although there is a flag down. So, Rob, hey, listen, we're going to send you the app online for our sideline reporter position, okay? You're great.
Yeah, thank you, my man. I'm looking for a job, so I'll fill in my application. I got put Fox on my resume. I'm an analyst, so maybe I could be a sideline reporter.
Play as the pass was caught behind the line of scrimmage. 4th down.
All right, that was a potential block, bad block, but Michael Mothershed explained properly. Rob Gronkowski, it's great seeing you around Arizona.
Hey,
thanks
guys.
so much.
Hey, thanks for having me. Bear down, baby.
2 famous Arizona alums here tonight, Rob Gronkowski and Glenn Parker. our buddy, our Pac-12 Network alum, Glenn, part of the great Toby Arizona teams. Look at this. 56 for Lynch. Nobody back for Arizona. Does he have the leg? No. Mix for the 2 spots in Vegas. Oregon is the one with the clean sheet so far in the conference. And DeLora, look at the boy. He's great vision. Middle of the field just parted for him. And then he takes the 1st down yardage and gets out of bounds.
Well, this is a critical drive for Arizona. You could argue the most critical drive of their season thus far. Got a chance for a 2-for-1. Climbs the pocket. Has to avoid the official. Does a nice job getting out of bounds.
It got 12 yards. Didn't take a hit. But that's the vision you love, because he saw, when he went back, he saw the middle of the field wide open.
There's the middle 8. USC has done really well there, scoring in the last 4 of the second, first 4 of the third. Arizona, they've scored 51. They've given up 51.
Taking a shot. He's got Cowling. No. Cowling running that late cross down the field with Bullock in coverage.
This is a miss from Jane DeLora. It's a double move. You'll see him to the corner post. Puts his right foot in the ground. Beats Bullock on the route. Throw just not there, and you don't see DeLora missing them very often.
That was a chance. Arizona 2 weeks ago, their game at Washington, they leveled the middle lane.
Yep.
They were 14-14 with UW. And that's really the difference, is what's your point differential. Another shot against Blackman. And almost. Well, Singer already had 1 gem tonight, trying to double down on it.
couldn't get that hand. See that? He couldn't get his left hand up. USC got away with one there. Couldn't get his left hand up to catch it with two.
Tell you what, Jedd Fisch not bashful, is he? They're taking their shots. So now 3rd and 10. Empty, 5 out in the pattern. And DeLaura gets away. He's going to get some yardage. And let's see where he's marked. He's going to be marked right at the line to gain. And it's 1st down.
To keep your eyes on Nomura, the linebacker. It looks as though he's going to spy. You'll see as the snap, he's right here. You'll see as the snap comes, like he's going to spy Jane DeLaura. He goes a little too far to his left, and DeLaura sneaks out the back door for the 1st down. Eric Gentry, that's what he's done so well, is spying the opposing quarterbacks. The loss of him was felt there.
And then a nice tightrope on the sideline to get the 1st down. Swing it out here to Simpson, but nothing right there. Stop that play is Sierra Wright. And actually USC's going to take a timeout. I'm sorry, Arizona doesn't have any. So USC's taking a timeout there, which was very cool as he tosses t-shirts to the crowd, and most grateful that he did not go beast mode on us. Nobody's more thankful than Michael Molinari.
It's great seeing the great alums coming back. First game in so long for him coming back. Of course he played, but it's huge for this program to just have him around. The first thing Jedd Fisch did, he got the job, was meet with Teddy Bruschi. Then he had a FaceTime with Gronk.
All right, 2nd down Arizona, minute 11. Again, no timeouts. Michael Wiley split out of the backfield. Wiley's way up to the top. Quick screen to the bottom to Cowing. And Shane Lee. Terrific play. Right through the attempt block. And the play gets nothing. And now USC is the one that's taking timeouts here.
Well, he plays it inside out. Nice block by the receivers, and he just gets right around Jordan Morgan.
Yeah, he's back in the game, by the way.
Yep. Physical.
Yep. So Rob Gronkowski, hard to remember, he only played 2 years here and was injured for a 3rd and then decided to declare for the draft. Willie Tuitama. How about that name from the past, huh?
Such a throwback. How about that route? Stemming inside, getting up top.
And I just remember being around him. You just, again, he was one of those guys you hadn't seen a tight end that could do things like that. And also forget his brother was on the team. Chris Gronkowski, running back, played alongside Bro. He didn't play with Foles. Nick Foles came in the year after Gronk, or the year actually Gronk was hurt and didn't play. So here's 2nd and 8 for Arizona, or excuse me, 3rd down. And DeLaura, and he's going to get it. That helps USC because we'll see if that helps USC. He got out of bounds, which stops the clock. He does get yardage, and they may try to kick here now.
USC, they just rushed 3, drop 8. It was easy for DeLaura. He felt pressure from Solomon Byrd. Right in his kitchen, right off the left there. He feels it. Tyrone Taleni, nice job spinning out, just trying to get something.
Well, here's the point now. The decision for Jedd Fisch. It's 4th down and 4. The scoreboard's wrong, so the fans don't understand. It's 4th down. And you had a 50 or 51-yard field goal try. Instead, he's going to go for it.
Keep an eye on Jacob Cowing or Michael Wiley out of the backfield. He's so effective there.
And a 4th down shot for Singer, misses, and now USC is in really good position. That 50 seconds and a timeout, a chance to at least maneuver for a field goal try.
It is incredible coverage. Look at the patience of Mekhi Blackman. His feet, his hands, and then he stays on top of Singer. Stays on top of the route, runs the route for him on a go ball. Mekhi Blackman, I mean, we often talk to DBs and corners specifically. Got to have that memory that just vanishes if you get beat. And this is a veteran. He's an elite performer. And since he's come to SC, he's been that veteran that's been on an island since he became a starter.
Well, interesting decisions marking the end of this first half. USC trying a 56-yard field goal, and Arizona passing on what would have been 50 to 51. Williams delivers to Rice. That is going to be marked short of the line to gain, so no clock stop.
And we've seen Arizona play this type of defense against Washington 2 weeks ago, but we're seeing a much more aggressive front right now.
Only 3 rush. And Williams taking a shot for Rice. Missed it.
One of the biggest keys for Johnny Nance, the defensive coordinator for Arizona coming into this game, was, look, no explosives. Can we just keep him in front of us? Chance right there. Brennan Rice down the sideline getting behind the secondary.
Another freshman, Takario Davis, in the game for Arizona. He was in the cover there on Rice. And Johnny Nansen hoping his D can stop here. 3rd and 1.
Got to get some sort of pass rush here from that front 3.
Quick screen, and C.J. Williams is going to get the first down and more. They're trying to bang the ball out. He gets to the sideline, and now USC is a chance. They're a pass away from at least having an opportunity to kick. 14 seconds and a timeout clock running.
This is great communication from Caleb Williams with a bunch of new receivers.
All right, USC just took their timeout. Lincoln Riley looking a little puzzled there as the...
Well, I don't know if he went out of bounds, Ted, on the catch. So it stopped for the first down.
It stopped for the first down. That might have been it. That's what he's puzzled about. So he took a timeout because they started the clock on ready to play. And now they put the time back to 14. Michael Mothershed has just put the game clock back to 14. Because he does go out of bounds here. And the officials signaled it. You see the official coming in there signaling, yep. All right, 14 seconds and no timeout. So they're going to charge USC with the timeout.
Well, to me, where Caleb Williams is so efficient is not only the scrambling, but he understands the clock. We've seen that throughout this season at times in situations just like this. So I have my receivers run deep routes and a crosser. If it's there, get it out. If not, try to scramble, but keep your eye on that clock, knowing when you need to get out of bounds.
Saying you really don't have enough time to throw one in the field and then get up and spike the ball. You're not going to have enough time.
And Manu right here is going to be the spy, Jacob Manu.
All right, Williams is going to have to do this very quickly, way down the field for Rice. And Rice has got it with 5 seconds inside the 10. USC racing up to be ready when the ball is spotted. They can spike it. That's what they're signaling for Williams to do. And the clock was started prematurely there. The clock was started. And this is crazy. This is chaos. I believe that clock was started prematurely. But we'll pause here and see how this gets unfurled.
And clearly Lincoln Riley does as well.
Yeah. Well, thankfully we have Michael Mothershed here, and he'll be able to untangle all of this.
The biggest thing right now for SC, as Arizona's heading to the locker room,
well,
Ted.
Of course they are. Which is going to make it even worse if they get called back.
That's the end of the half.
Keep an eye on the clock. Your lower left corner. This clock is starting early.
Yeah, but
you
see, there's
set.
Yeah, the ball's not set. I do not understand that.
That is a miss. Dramatic miss.
Yeah.
The ball's not even yet. The clock goes to 0 prior to even the snap, and Lincoln Riley is rightfully frustrated.
That's just. And now, if they let the play run, how could that happen? And that's just. Well, let's just say this. That's not good. I don't understand how the clock ran when the umpire was clearly over the ball. The center couldn't snap the ball. How was that?
Most impressive players. He's going to have to elevate here as well in the second half like he did in the first. Remember the loss of Jordan Addison. We did not see much of Mario Williams after that first drive, Ted. See what happens with them at receiver. We already know the story. 2 linebackers not going tonight for USC, and Eric Gentry and Raylan Goforth.
So Michael Wiley starts as the back. McLaughlin tight end motions. Whoa, Delores spin around him, but he doesn't get away from Nick Figueroa.
Nick Figueroa, he transitioned from defensive tackle to defensive end to rush end, meaning he's standing up, and it's his effort that stands out in every game, and it's why they put him in this position. The rush end is the most critical position for USC's defense, and right here, Ted, Jane Delores got to take easy completions. His running back against the backup linebackers of USC, Michael Wiley, is advantage Arizona.
Well, Nick Figueroa has the best grade of the pass rushers for USC this year. There's your easy throw that we're talking about to Cowling. And Cowling does a nice job to get it back out to the 15 or even across the 15-yard line. But the first down play again highlights the point for USC's defense this year. They just don't blitz very often, but the 4-man rush has been able to get pressure.
Yeah, and what did we see in the first half from Alex Grinch's unit? They're trying to get the best 11 on the field, and we've seen about 4 or 5 different combinations of what that best looks like.
So they have a chance on 3rd down, 3rd and 7. Tooley sidesteps by Delore. Deep shot's got his man. Singer! And Bullock saves the touchdown.
This is Nick Figueroa right here. Looks like he's running with the receiver, dropping in coverage of that rush shot, and then just gets lost. Wide open in the back end is Singer. Gets away from the rush end drop, and Jane Delores saw it.
73 on the play. 1st and goal. And Wiley bottled up. And now the whistle needs to get blown. I mean, my gosh, how do you let that happen? The rugby scrum, come on. Anyway, you talk about pocket movement, Delora, that's masterclass right there. To sidestep Tooley.
Both of these guys have such a feel for it, and we asked Lincoln Riley and both Jet Fish, should you coach it? And they said, nah, you really can't coach that. That is a total instinctive element of both of these quarterbacks' games.
2nd and goal at the 7. McMillan top. Cowing in the slot bottom. Singer wide bottom against Sierra right. Look at Blackman right up in McMillan's face up top. And that's where Delore is going. Man, that's pretty good football. That's 1-on-1, and Blackman was in the grill of McMillan at the line.
Well, it's a mirror technique. Watch him just mirror the patience of Blackman at the line of scrimmage. Small, subtle movements with your feet so you can change directions so fast. Look, Mekhi Blackman is as experienced of a corner as there is in this league. Nice job there against the true freshman.
Red zone, Arizona, 3rd and goal.
Cowing in the slot. They got to find a way to get him the ball, Ted.
Virtually nobody in the box there. Delore, can he get out? Can he bounce? Now to the end zone. Broken up at the goal line. McLaughlin intended. And another decision. The Jetfish wants points.
This is all pass rush for USC's front. Coming out with so much energy, action. They're so active. Delore gave his tight end a chance. I'll tell you, Jake Delore had Jacob Cowing. If he just threw it after his 1-2-3 drop, ball out, had a chance.
So a 24-yard try for Tyler Loop. A little movement there, which is going to make this kick 5 yards longer.
Full start. Number 71, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Lincoln Riley, when they came out to start the second half, Lincoln Riley did have a long conversation with Michael Mothershed, the referee, and went on for several minutes and certainly discussing the end of the first half from what appeared to be a misadministered ending to the half. And there's no other way to say it. And again, we've had no further explanation, nor would we until post-game or tomorrow. But the only choice for USC is to play on. You can understand after the Utah game, their emotions are a little bit raw.
Ted, let's take a look at that 3rd down. I thought they had a chance to score. Jacob Cowing. When Jane DeLora got the snap, he had a chance. 1, 2, 3 ball out right there. Yeah. But the pressure was in his face. It affected his throwing lane. And that's that aggressive, chaotic, the stunting, the twisting of the defensive front for Alex Grinch. The front, they need to get all the praise on that, because that could have been an easy 6 for Arizona.
Was he looking there?
Yeah.
He was looking there. All right, first half for USC. Oh, look at that. Beautiful play to Ford to the races. And Ford is run out of bounds deep. Christian Young saved the touchdown. And I'm going to tell you, Yogi, I don't know if it's a slow mesh, but this is slow.
This is very slow, and they got the linebackers to suck up, and away Kyle Ford went.
70 yards, USC going quick, and Dye can't get any traction. And big Keon Barr's first body to wrap him up inside.
Red zone being the difference thus far tonight, but Lincoln Riley is as good as anybody in the country at finding a matchup, making an adjustment, and then attacking it. Did exactly that. Instead of working outside where the secondaries played pretty well tonight for Arizona, haven't given up a bunch of explosives. He said, let's work in between the hashes, isolate a linebacker on that RPO. Big explosive play.
Looking for Ford. Nope, back shoulder attempt there with Roland Wallace on the cover.
Roland Wallace, the best corner. Patience, patience. Then you get right into the chest. I'll tell you what, mirror drive, right? Big explosive play. Isolation fake ball. We've seen it from both teams in the early portion of the second half.
Rice and Washington go to the top. Bynum and Michael Jackson to the bottom. No Jordan Addison, no Mario Williams. Looking at Dye, no. End zone touchdown. The bullet drilled into Washington. USC touchdown. First receiving touchdown of the year for Taj Washington. And the value, if not the necessity, of explosive plays. After Arizona cuts it to 1, first down, 70 yards, flips everything. Flag down. They went and talked to somebody in Arizona when they lined up perhaps within the center's framework. Saw the umpire went up and said 3 of 31 for 319 and 3 touchdowns worked so far.
Yeah. He's playing his best football in the last 6 quarters or so since he's been at USC.
Another kick going to be in the field of play to Simpson of Arizona. Does break the 20-yard line.
So Ted is prepared for a game. You're watching film and you're studying. You're saying, all right, this quarterback's got a ability to escape. He's accurate on the move. Will he bounce back from adversity? Both have an opportunity to do it. Both of these guys, there's so many similar traits to them within their game. when you study them, both of them coming off their most complete performances at Washington and Utah respectively in a loss. So intrigued how they would handle that adversity, because both of these sidelines look to their quarterback to follow their lead.
Big hole, DJ Williams. Good first down run. And Arizona has not run it much tonight. Get their best of the night here.
Well, they only get 5 guys near the line of scrimmage defensively, and Jed Fish, Brendan Carroll see that. They're going to run the football, and that's going to be the operation here. USC has employed so many different personnel groupings defensively. 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive backs. We talked about the loss of the linebackers. Right now on the field, you only see 1 true linebacker.
18 yards on that run, longest of the night. It was bottled up again. The number that would concern Arizona tonight, we talked about Caleb Williams' completion percentage. Delores 12 of 24.
Yeah, and he's missed some opportunities for big plays, or has been late at times. He's got to settle in. We talked to Jed Fish about that prior to the Oregon game, coming off that, and just telling his quarterback, just take what you see, get it out. Get it out. And now USC, they're doing so many unique things with their front, Ted. They're looping, they're twisting, they're moving pre-snap. He's got to just trust what he sees and gets the ball out.
Good Tuli Pelotu, 3 yards behind the line, standing up, hands on his knees. Trying to rush inside off the play action. Well done by the USC defense. Delores able to get it to DJ Williams, but he goes nowhere.
Ted, this is the front. This is the front. Watch the play. Watch these wide receivers at the top. They're going to run crossing routes against man-to-man coverage. They're going to have a chance for a shot here. But the guys up front, they're just wreaking havoc in the backfield. They're just winning. The front 3 or 4 are forcing Jane Delore out of the pocket. He doesn't have a chance for a shot downfield.
And then the 5th guy was Bryson Shaw. He came in late there, and that's what forced the throw. Now a flag down. Delore is going to get a lot of yardage here. Gets it down inside the USC 45, but likely coming back.
Yeah, that's a hold on Peyton Fears, the right tackle. He was going up against Nick Figueroa.
Holding number 77 offense. 10-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
The one thing SC has on the edge, Ted, is they've got some speed and there's diversification of style. Nick Figueroa is a different rusher than Solomon Byrd, who's different than Tuli Pelotu, who's different than Dejon Benton. And right now they're moving those guys all over that front.
A 4 lineman here. Shane Lee, the linebacker, and against 6 defensive backs. And Delore takes the check down to McLaughlin. And he does a nice job of running with it. Gets it to the 45. So yardage there. 4th down and 5. Let's see.
Yeah, they're going to go for it here. Jed Fish understands what USC is on offense. In the situation of the game, a critical play here.
So they need right at the 50.
Find a way to get it to number 2, Ted. Oh, quick kick.
See, quick kick. Yep. And the quick kick's not going to go terribly far. A little bit extra on the roll. So that's the first air quote huge play to start the second half for USC.
Yeah, the play action from the running backs up to the linebackers. Kyle Ford looked like he was going to block Christian Young, the safety. Everybody had lazy eyes in the backfield, and Caleb Williams instantly got the ball to his target. Huge explosive play to kick off their first drive of the 3rd quarter.
So now Trojans with an 8-point lead and the ball. And a run on the reverse pitch back to Jackson. Look at him fly. Michael Jackson dancing down the field for a huge gain.
Watch Travis Dye. He holds on to it as long as possible and then gives for him.
53 on the run. That's a lateral throw, so thankfully caught for USC. Actually a backwards throw to Josh Follow.
Quarterbacks love this. On the previous play, Caleb Williams gets a little something. Little block there. Springing his wide out. And we've seen so many receivers run on and off the field. And you got to give Dennis Simmons, Luke Heward a ton of credit for having this entire group ready without Jordan Addison and without Mario Williams.
So
Ted, watch the timing here from Travis Dye right before he gets hit from Jerry Roberts. I mean, that's a guy who just played a ton of football, very aware of the situation. A lot of times with other running backs, you're like, oh no. But with him, I feel like with Travis Dye, you're like, yeah, he's got it. He's got it under control.
Some trust. Jerry Roberts is the player down for Arizona. The play that followed in the world of college football, that's actually a run, because that was a backwards pass to Follow, so the tight end gets 5 yards on the ground. But this is USC opening up its playbook just a little bit here, and they're trying to do what they couldn't do in the second quarter. Deliver not quite a knockout blow, but let's say a standing 8 right here.
Yeah, they came out and they've got an intention about them.
Yeah.
The way that first half ended.
Austin Jones in the game. Off the play action. Jones is there as a valve. Williams trying to get him out. Whoa, and he almost had it to Rice. That's some throw going to his left.
You know, we're watching from up top and thinking, just check it down. Austin Jones wide open, right? You'll see him to the left of your screen, top of the screen. Just throw it to him, throw it to him. Now to address some traffic. Woo! And just a rip shot. Look at that shot at it. That's the only spot.
I mean,
and just a drop. But what a drop.
But that's going to his left. Put that right in his chest.
He is so good.
Wow. 3rd and 5. Boy, that's batted down at the line. Jeremy Mercer got it. So that's a nice, with the help of a drop, clearly, but that's still a nice stand by the Arizona defense. A touchdown here could have been.
And it's so hard to leave your feet. Caleb Williams in the backfield, because you just never know when he's going to decide to run. But great timing from the transfer from Utah, Jeremy Mercer. This is his most extensive action of his time here at Arizona.
So Lynch from 39. And Lynch from 39 misses. So frustration, explosive play, but it doesn't score points. Arizona's still within 8. Well, 6:08 to go in the third. Arizona's very much in this game. They just dodged one.
Yeah, they did. And look, this defense, it's been maligned, it's been criticized. It's their best effort in about a month. And one of their better performances just in terms of hanging, giving up explosive plays, making a couple, knocking that ball down was critical by Jeremy Mercer, giving them a chance offensively here with the ball back.
First down running back is Wiley. Cowing motions. And DeLore again gets out. Gets by CV, and he's going to get big yardage. DeLore with the legs crosses the 50.
Well, he wanted to find Cowing, nothing there, nothing to check down, felt pressure, and said, no, I'm going to keep it myself. Not only does he find some green grass, but he delivers a little extra to Sierra Wright. After stepping out of bounds.
Down to the 44 of USC, a 34-yard run.
And this is where you feel the loss of Eric Gentry in the middle of that USC defense, Ted.
Bryson Shaw. First turnover of the night. And the Trojans' strength, which started week 1 at the Coliseum, comes up big in the third quarter tonight.
Bryson Shaw, right there in the middle of your screen. He's driving on this the whole time. This is the first time he's been healthy. He read it from jump. And the Trojans do what they've done throughout this season, which is be opportunistic and find ways, get their hands on the ball, create another turnover.
Now Delore made the big play with his legs, but then the pass picked off, and now USC has it at the Arizona 47. We've only had one punt, so to speak, tonight, and just one turnover. Austin Jones. Williams stood right in and delivers it to Washington. And Todd Washington scores. Caleb Williams got blasted with a flag at the end of the play. It's going to be a roughing the passer and still delivered that. That's some play by Caleb Williams.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, hard hit on the quarterback, number 94. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
I'll tell you, that's like 3 plays in his third quarter, Caleb Williams. This is big time because he knows he's going to get crushed. Look at that. Knew it and still delivered it.
Look at his eyes the whole time, scanning the field from his left to right, finds Washington, his top guy tonight, and Todd Washington finishes it off for 6, and USC again points off turnovers, Ted. They'd 69 coming into the game, add another 7.
Tied with Utah for the most in the conference coming into the week. And they make their first one tonight pay off, and that opens up the game for the first time. 15, the lead. And Taj Washington, well, hadn't seen the end zone this year, twice tonight.
Yeah, and stealing a page out of Jordan Addison's book. A little cut back, finds his way to the end zone. The Trojans with a big one.
You deserve a better credit score.
Whoa.
Chime can help no matter where you're at.
Whoa.
Because with everyday purchases and on-time payments,
Whoa.
things can happen a lot easier.
Whoa.
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 Whoa. Oh, you deserve some credit.
Whoa.
Get started at Chime.com.
Four touchdown throws for Caleb Williams tonight. It's interesting, the Arizona defense has actually done a respectable job against Travis Dye, an awful good running back, but explosive pass plays have really shredded them.
And it's been the accuracy of Caleb Williams.
All right, a little onside try, covered by Arizona. Everybody always, because the penalty enforced on the kickoff from the 50, everybody's always on high alert for that. And I guess after what happened in Autzen last Saturday, special teams coaches around the conference this week were on reminding their teams about that.
Yeah, Oregon State had tried one too last weekend. Nice job of covering it. Arizona special teams coordinator Jordan Pow all over that. And now we call it pace, right? Plays after critical errors. How does Jaden Delore respond after that incredible throw from Caleb Williams for a touchdown?
DJ Williams, the running back. Well, it looked like he wanted a shot, didn't go there. Has a wide open McMillan. And it took a while for Delore to move his vision to the USC sideline, but he found McMillan for 22.
Yeah, look, USC is committed to just winning with their defensive front because they have. They're dropping 8, and Jaden Delore is having to make decisions. Do I try to find the tight window, or do I hang on to it? Here comes blitz.
Max Williams in there, and DJ Williams runs through 2 tackles and gets a first down.
This is a nice job, DJ Williams. The blitz is timed up beautifully. Max Williams just misses the tackle. How about just keeping your feet going, DJ Williams?
Arizona going up with tempo now, and DJ Williams, again, the big-bodied back. He's played some big-time football before he landed in Tucson. Well, Yogi, I know there's only one thing Jed Fish thinks right now. One thing. Touchdown.
Got to score. Yep.
No field goals. Oh, does he have it? Yes, he does! Singer with another good catch for an Arizona touchdown. And I tell you, Delore threw a rope there, didn't he?
Did he ever?
Arizona's going to go for 2, no surprise, at 9 points.
What a bounce back throw, bounce back drive. I mean, there's certain drives in games you call them culture drives. A year ago, I don't know if Arizona comes out and has a drive like this.
Yeah.
That's what Jed Fish and his crew and both of these coaching staffs, they've really cultivated cultures that understand when adversity meets, you got to meet it back. That was an answer.
So Arizona placing the ball on the left hash for a 2-point play.
Keep an eye on Jacob Cowan here. Some sort of sprint out from Jane DeLauro.
This is interesting. Singer is left and McMillan right, the opposite of where they normally line up.
Delay a game. Number 7, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still the try.
Wow, that hurts. I didn't see that coming, and that's going to have to change Jed Fish's decision.
Yeah, they're going to kick it, but watch this throw. It's cover 2, meaning that a safety, Caleb Bullock's got to get over the top. And he just ripped. He put everything he had into it. Rips the whole shot. High points it, tucks it away. Look, I don't know about you. I had an instant flashback to Jordan Addison against Oregon State.
Sure, man. Well, and you see what time could do. Jaden DeLore was able to step twice into that throw. And, man, it was a dart. So now the penalty forcing Arizona to kick the point. Still 19 minutes of football to play. And Tyler Loop does that. But Arizona with that answer back. And so, again, they've stayed in this game tonight, unlike when we were here a few weeks ago against Oregon. Pac-12 football is brought to you by Fanaply. You can scan the QR code for this week's digital collectible and collect for your chance to go to the Pac-12 football championship game. And that, of course, is what every week means for USC right now. If Oregon's still with that 0 in the loss column, 3 teams with 1 loss, everybody understands in those schools that November 19th is a big day. And everybody wants to get there with no more blemishes.
Yeah, and look, the CFP rankings come out for the first time next week, and Pac-12, as of right now, sitting in a strong position with some arguments, which has not necessarily always been the case with multiple teams at this stage of the season.
November 19, while we're referencing Oregon at Utah and USC, or excuse me, Utah at Oregon, and USC at UCLA. This is the last trip outside the state for the Trojans. They have 3 games, home games left, and UCLA at the Rose Bowl. Keep scoring, boys. It's an easy thing to say, right? Just go there and score some more.
This has been a fun game to just watch different guys elevate. Right, one of the top offensive linemen for USC, Andrew Voorhees, didn't go tonight, so some shuffling up front. Of course, Jordan Addison not going. Haven't seen Mario Williams either at wide receiver. Those are the 2 most productive and explosive players. Guys are meeting the moment.
Taj Washington, notable, 2 touchdowns. And pulling it back from Travis Dye, taking a shot for Rice. And Rice Rice got tangled up there with Roland Wallace, and the pass falls. This is an interesting, as the game goes along, USC's really becoming a pass-first team.
Yeah, they're taking a shot here. They're seeing a lot of man coverage. Christian Roland Wallace trying to run with Brendan Rice. Brendan Rice bends that route back. What if he runs a post route? There's a chance there for an explosive play.
Travis Dye tonight, 46 yards on 11 carries. No carries for Austin Jones or Malik Brown. Quick throw is going to get 5 to give him a better third down. Jackson on the catch and run. Christian Young the tackle.
Right now for USC, they're trying to see if they can win in the numbers game. Might put a bunch of receivers on one side of the field. How does Arizona line up to them? Do they have man-to-man coverage with their back coming out of the back? Well, these are all things that Lincoln Riley is looking to his quarterback, Caleb Williams, and communicating. Check to this. Look at this. I love the style between the quarterback and head coach.
Well, the Arizona crowd now trying to fire up what would be a huge stop. The crossers run. Caleb Williams holding it, dancing, running, throwing it, not caught. Down low, Travis Dye had it, couldn't secure it. And I'm going to introduce 3 new words to your lexicon tonight. 3 and out.
Well, watch this. You'll see as the play unfolds. Number 9 right here, C.J. Williams. He's going to be wide open to the sticks. This is one of the few misses from Caleb Williams. He continues to look downfield. He's wide open. Throw it there. Throw it there. Throw it there. Excuse me, Michael Jackson, not C.J. Williams. Right there on the crossing route, but Arizona gets lucky there with the misread and then the drop to Travis Dye.
Sleep Dalton. Whoa, that punt impacted. And Arizona's going to have a great drive start. 3 and outs, rare for USC. First one tonight. And this is the Australian punter thing that teams are going to have to, I'm wondering, reconsider this running sideways stuff, because, man, protection is tough, and it puts officials in a tough spot. You run far enough, you lose the kicker protection.
Yeah. Look, Aiden Sleep Dalton's an incredible story. This is a guy who never put on football pads until he came to USC. Got there midway through training camp via London because he had to go there to get his visa from Australia. Showed up, was like, how do you put these pads on? Figured it out. Lucky there that didn't get blocked, but not a great punt. Good field position here for Arizona.
What an opportunity now. So they start with an empty. And Delore finds the middle. Cowing. It's getting real good at Tucson. Cowing to the USC 20.
Well, you'll see pressure right here from Demora, right up the middle. James Delore sees it all day long. Knows there's no linebacker, and he finds his favorite target on a slant. Jacob Cowing wins that one over Max Williams.
Delore gets it out to Wiley. And the acrobatic flying ending on the tackle. 10 yards. And I'm going to tell you the previous pass to Cowing. Let's see this coming here.
Yep. Nice tackle there by Smith.
Jalen Smith there. The previous play, the big one to Cowing, that's where I wonder about the absence of Eric Gentry.
Oh, yeah.
The big 6-7 foot wingspan in the middle of the field. Take that away, that play becomes a lot easier to run.
He's created so many tips, overthrows, just impacting the quarterback. His loss tonight can be felt.
Red zone. Wiley's got it. And Arizona gonna go, I believe, to tie the game here. Only took him 1 minute and 6 seconds, and of course the big play, the 37-yard first play to Jacob Cowing. And now the 2-point play, which they will make sure they get off in time to try and tie.
How about T-Mac in the slot of the top 10?
5 wide for Arizona. And Delora to the back, and it's going to be broken up. No chance there. McMillan blanketed Max Williams and Kalen Bullock.
Yeah, not a great high percentage throw there in a double coverage. Got to get off of that. Not much of a chance there. But going back to the big play to Jacob Cowing, look at the middle of the field. Nothing there. That's an easy one.
That's what I'm thinking. You put number 18 back there. That throw doesn't really happen like that.
Even if 18's blitzing. And then I love this on the option. You go 2 weeks ago. Remember this play against UW on the road? Controversial. Was it a fumble? And how about Gronk? Fired up.
He may go beast mode. He may go beast mode now.
Oh yeah, let's get him on the headset.
But it's still USC with the lead. But what USC thought may have been, you know, a pretty staggering blow, Arizona has come back with 2 touchdowns. We are in the third quarter, by the way, and we're over 900 yards of offense. We've had 1 punt, 1 legit punt, 1 turnover.
There's our QBs tonight, but Caleb Williams has been phenomenal. Operating this offense without his top 2 wide receivers, and Jaden Delora bounce back, was worried after that interception, led to a score, and then he said, no, give me the ball again. This one's got all the ingredients of a special one.
So now, I wonder if this will start something. Will the Trojans start to lean on Dye a little bit, having been a pass-first team much of the night?
Yeah, well, and you think of this second half here, they've taken a lot of shots down the field. Some they've made.
Yes.
Some they haven't. And I think finding some sort of a rhythm, seeing if you could take some time off the clock, help your defense out a little bit, will be key here for Lincoln Riley.
So Travis Dye, who's barring an injury, which you clearly hope doesn't happen, barring an injury, at the end of this year, he's going to be over 4,000 yards in his career rushing. Tonight he caught his 100th career pass. It's a guy that needs to earn a lot of kudos at the year's end.
And here comes an audible. Looks like man-to-man coverage all across the board.
And a give to Dye. Broke the 1 tackle. 1 shot. Jerry Roberts had the chance. Didn't get him, and Dye takes it into Arizona territory.
Yeah, and this is the right defense. You'll see a little pressure coming off the edge. Gets picked up by Justin Diedich, and here's your shot. Didn't make the play. And Travis Dye's done what he's been doing for a long time in this league, Ted.
So let's see if USC snaps it again before the quarter's over. Austin Jones is on the field. Quick to Jackson. Jackson's going to get down inside the 40. He'll be a 6-yard gain on first down.
I think USC is looking at the freshman Jacob Manu, the linebacker, and saying, all right, how can we isolate him and put him in a little bit of space? We've seen that the last few drives. No, and this culture of them is all the reason why. It's because Jet Fish has instilled in this team, just keep competing, keep fighting. I think all the influences he's had in his coaching career, references Pete Carroll, his ethos has always been about competing. His team has done that.
Nice breakthrough. And here it is, after almost 3 quarters, USC has gone back to the ground game with success. And the first carry of the night for Austin Jones is 15 yards.
They go to that left side where Justin Diedich is playing guard now. One of their top offensive linemen.
Nice maneuver again by Williams, and then the pass tip. Jerry Roberts was in on him, but Williams got away, then the pass tipped.
Yeah, how about Jalen Harris? How many times have we seen Caleb Williams? They call him Little Houdini, spin out of something, make a big play. Well, that time the 6'6", sixth-year defensive end made a play.
All right, Follow lining up. Josh Follow there alongside Williams. And Jones gets it. Nice bounce by Austin Jones. Got a couple of extra on the play. But
you know what SC loves doing down